Hey everyone! Today, we're diving into a cool concept called the is-ought fallacy. This is when people think that just because something is a certain way, it should always be that way. Let's break it down with some examples that might sound familiar. Imagine you're playing a game where the rules have always been a bit unfair to one team. If someone said, "That's just how the game is played, so it should always be played that way," they'd be making an is-ought fallacy. It's like saying, just because something is, doesn't mean it ought to be, especially if we can make it better or fairer. Here's another example. In school, imagine boys have always been the only ones allowed in the robotics club. If someone argues, boys have always been the only members of the robotics club, so it should stay that way, they're also committing an is-ought fallacy. They're using the past to justify the future without asking if it's the best or fairest idea. And what about this? There's a rule that students must run a mile every morning. If someone says, "We've always started the day with a mile run, so we should keep doing it," that's an is-ought fallacy too. They assume that just because something is, it ought to be, without considering if it's beneficial or enjoyable. Understanding the is-ought fallacy helps us think critically about why things are the way they are and whether they should be changed. Always question and look at situations from a perspective of fairness and practicality, rather than just accepting things because that's how it's always been. Thanks for tuning in, and remember to keep questioning and thinking smart. See you next time for more insights into how we think and argue.